Good morning, sir. I am Dizemays Libores. I'm 21 years old and I live in Upper Oval, Barangay Central 2, Palompon, Leyte. From this INT 3E Mechanical Technology. Question number 1. Should divorce law be legalized in the Philippines? The question of whether divorce should be legalized in the Philippines is one of the most debated social issues in the country, as it is currently the only nation in the world that does not allow divorce. In my view, yes, divorce law should be legalized, not as a promotion of breakdown of marriage, but as a recognition of the reality that some marriages cannot be repaired and that people deserve a dignified way to move forward from harmful or irreconcilable relationship. First, legalizing divorce would address the injustice faced by people trapped in abusive, violent, or emotionally destructive marriages. Currently, the only option available are annulment or legal separation. For many survivors of domestic violence or emotional abuse, annulment is often too expensive, time-consuming, or legally difficult to obtain, leaving them stuck in danger situation with no clear path to freedom and safety. Second, divorce would provide practical and emotional relief for couples whose marriages have irretrievably broken down due to reasons like infidelity, incompatibility, or the loss of mutual respect. While marriage is a sacred commitment for many, it is not always a permanent one, and forcing people to remain legally bound to partner they can no longer live with can lead to long-term emotional distress, financial strain, and even harm to children who are exposed to constant conflict in the home. Legalizing divorce would allow both parties to start fresh, rebuild their lives, and potentially form healthier relationships in the future. So finally, legalizing divorce would align the Philippines with global human rights standards that prioritize individual autonomy and the right to live a life free from suffering. It would also not undermine the value of marriage. Instead, it would reinforce that marriage should be based on mutual love, respect, and consent rather than being lifelong trapped. With proper safeguards in place, divorce can be implemented in a way that protects the rights of all parties, especially children, while giving people the dignity to make choices about their own lives. Question number 2. One of your parents is suffering from stage 4 cancer and will eventually die in few days' time. The patient experiences extreme and excruciating pain every time in the cancer attacks. Will you give your consent to end the patient's life or euthanasia or not and prolong the pain and agony suffered? This is an impossibly heavy question that cuts to every core of what it means to love someone and have the power to make choices about their final moments. If I were in this position, my answer would be to not give consent to euthanasia, but this choice would not be about prolonging pain and agony as much as it would be about honoring the complexity of life, the uncertainty of time, and the profound connection between a parent and child. First, I would need to confront the reality that a few days is often an estimate, not a certainty. Medical prediction can be wrong, and there have been countless cases where patients, given days to live, have experienced unexpected moments of peace, clarity, or even brief improvement. To make a decision to end a life based on a timeline that may not hold feels like closing the door on the last possible moments we could share, moments that might bring both of us a glimmer or of comfort amid the darkness. Second, I would prioritize ensuring that my parents' pain is not left underdressed. Excruciating pain is not something anyone should have to endure. And modern palliative care has made incredible strides in managing even the most severe symptoms. I would work tireless with the medical team to ensure they receive the highest level of pain relief, comfort measures, and emotional support. The choice between euthanasia and prolonged agony is a false one. There is a third path, honoring life while maximizing suffering as much as humanly possible. Third, I would turn to my parents' own wishes. Even if they could not communicate them clearly in that moment, I would think back to conversation we'd had about life, death, and dignity. Not just the big formal ones, but the small everyday moments that revealed what mattered most to them. For many people, dignity is not just about being free from pain, but also being surrounded by love, being treated with respect, and having their life acknowledged as meaningful until the very sad end. I would want to honor that even if it meant bearing witness to their suffering alongside them. So this choice would be rooted in love, a love that is not just about revealing pain, but about being present through the hardest part of life, to be there for my parent in their final days, to hold their hand, to speak words of comfort, and to let them know they are not alone. That feels like the most important thing I could do. It would be a painful, heartbreaking journey, but one that I believe would leave me with the knowledge that I did not rush their departure, but instead honored every day last moment we had together.